Oh, well, good morning. Up bright and early as usual. Orders from Captain Levi, I take it? No. Your choice? Well, that makes one of us. How odd. Oh, I suppose it's nothing. After yesterday's expedition, however, I expected more people to take every opportunity they could to sleep in. Fair enough. Adrenaline does tend to wake most people up, or even keep them up all night. Oh, you were looking for me. For what purpose? You finished those already? Well, thank you. That's... Wait a second. Erwin requested these reports around 11 last night. Now, I don't mean to question your work ethic, but did you really take the time that you needed to when filling them out? Are you certain? All right, then. You don't mind if I look them over once before? All right. Goodness. No. There's nothing wrong with your report. That's the issue. How could you possibly have written all of this, and so well, first thing in the morning? Look at me. No, really, look at me. Just as I thought. There are circles under your eyes, and your eyes are bloodshot. You were up all night, weren't you? Weren't you? Why? Was it just to fill out these reports? If so, that is extremely careless. These reports could have waited. You need rest. Oh? Then why were you up so late? If not for these reports, then for what other reason? Do you not have another reason? Then you'd better start explaining. You didn't want to go to sleep? Really? What's hard to believe about it? Everything. Your squad took the biggest hit yesterday, and you didn't want to sleep after that? Why not? If it were nothing, you would have slept. I'm your superior. It's my job to look after your well-being. Tell me why you didn't sleep last night. Scared? Scared? Of what, if I may ask? I won't think it's childish. I promise. Let's be honest. We have more right than anyone else to be afraid. We see death every day. It haunts our dreams, haunts our everyday lives. How can we not be scared every waking moment of our existence? Any fear that you experience, it isn't childish. So what had you so terrified you couldn't sleep last night? You were worried you'd have nightmares. About what? Their faces. Whose faces? And why? Why would they scare you? Ah. Of course. I'm so sorry. It slipped my mind that you saw them after they... My apologies. That is a completely valid reason for attempting to stay awake all night. However, I'm sorry to say this, but it isn't a valid reason for neglecting to take care of yourself. I could understand staying up all night, reading, or doing something somewhat fun, engaging in a hobby of yours, something that doesn't require too much energy. But keeping yourself up all night by working, that's inexcusable. This took up a lot of time. It required a lot of effort. I'm sure you spent a lot of energy filling out these reports. That's what makes this so frustrating. I can't even count the number of nights I've spent lying awake in bed, too terrified to close my eyes, fearing that if I did, I'd see my fallen comrades, drenched in blood, screaming for help, crying out for mercy. I understand the desire to avoid that pain, to avoid that fear. But you shouldn't have been working. It's cruel. It is unnecessary. You stayed up all night, essentially torturing yourself. Worse still, By working on these reports, you defeated the purpose of staying awake at all. Erwin asked everyone to write their reports about the expedition. You forced yourself to recount everything you saw. So what was the point? You had to remember. You had to envision their faces, their final moments. So you were burning yourself out for nothing. That's why I'm so frustrated. I know in this line of work, it's easy to have no regard for your safety, for your well-being. But everyone here is a vital piece in this game. Everyone here plays a part in securing humanity's future. You are important to our operation. And you need to start seeing yourself that way. You need to realize that this isn't good for you. And therefore, it is not helping. Yes, you were able to complete these reports very quickly. That seems helpful at first blush. But when you learn that you had to torture yourself to do that, that you had to completely disregard your own health, it takes away all of that worth. Because you stripped yourself of your own value. And until you're able to realize that you are necessary, that you shouldn't be potentially harming yourself for things like this, until that happens, as your superior, I am forbidding you from working on any reports, any experiments with Hanji, anything that could keep you up all night, anything that could damage your physical and mental health. Do I make myself clear? It may seem unfair now, but trust me, when you're able to realize your own worth again, you'll understand why I'm doing this.